Let's begin with a drum set. Listen for an explosive live sound. The snare should be crisp and the cymbals should ring.
I admire you when my living has a limit of desire to keep it going. I'm just knowing that my time with you makes a difference. I'm a feeling when I vibe with you. They can't divide us two. We got a bond like 007, right? Even on Devil's Night, you show me what the heavens like. Go ahead and spread your light, though I can barely see. I know you're there with me, my personal therapy. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. I'm just wishing that I had that too. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. Just to know you, I'm glad I do. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary, yeah. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary. You inspire me. Look at you crazy when you tell me you admire me. Not an example for anybody to try to be. We'll call you bluff, but I know you wouldn't lie to me. Just a surprise to me. We got a bond tight, no one can come between. I have respect for you, you have your love for me, and that's enough for me. All I need to get by, let me be the method to your Mary J. Blige. So many times I felt defeated. You always know the right thing to say for when I need it. I wanna do the same thing for you to keep it even. You can call me anytime, you don't ever need a reason. I'm right here with you, never could forget you. All the things that we've been through, everything we went through. Hey, none of it was simple, but I'm right here with you. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. I'm just wishing that I had that too. Some days I wish I was more like you. Your certainty, your attitude. Keep doing what you're doing, I ain't mad at you. Just to know you, I'm glad I do. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary, yeah. I want you to view yourself the way you see me. When you're feeling alone, I'll be a sanctuary.
Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is now 8:02 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Right, yeah. Can y'all feel it? Can you? I know you can. As you guys know, those claps aren't just for me. They're not just for Monica. They're not even just for our guest today. They're also for you as well. Hopefully you woke up in a good mood. Tyrus Brooks, good morning to you. Alyssa Ocone, Michelle Gums, good morning. Heck, it isn't even 8 yet. Yeah, we get ready. We get things early. We get it popping. Janice Collins, good morning to you as well. We have a special guest today. We have an entrepreneur. We have a businesswoman. We have a very fashionable individual. And that trail of what? Superlatives. Not the word of the day, but that trail of superlatives can lead to only one person, Karley. And what's your last name?
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah. Here's the thing. I read a lot of last names, and I have messed up last names live on air, so I realized something. Like, you know what? Just ask people what their last name is. Karley Johnson, how are you?
I'm doing good today.
Good, good. Kalargian KID is the business.
Yes, correct.
All right. So we're going to talk all about that. We're going to talk about the store located at the Fox Valley Mall. We have our normal news and headlines and everything. But for our listeners, once again, introduce yourself and let us know where you're from, where you were born and raised.
My name is Carl Williams. That's my original name. I am married, so that brought me to being Johnson. And Karley is actually my store name, business name, and my professional name. So I am originally from Chicago.
Okay.
Born and raised, and I have been in Aurora for 7 years now.
All right, all right. How do you like it here?
I love it. I feel like from the day I became an Auroran native, a part of Aurora, that everything has been getting better for me, looking up for me. It's been a complete change for my life. I've been touching much success since I've been in Aurora, seeing brighter visions of things that I've always wanted to do and be a part of. And I couldn't be more happier for the place I've chose to live and raise my family.
Good. Yeah. It's we got a good thing going on here, a good town, and now you're a business owner. Well, for 7 years now. You've
yes.
been okay.
I actually am an entrepreneur for 2 businesses. So one has been in play for 7 years. We have a cleaning company, but the Kalargian KID store has only been in place for 9 months.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Kicking a lot of butt.
Yeah.
Early butt.
Trying.
803 butt. I'm kicking butt. Okay. Casildo Casey Cuevas, good morning to you as well, sir. Good morning. Good to see y'all. Everybody is up in here today. Okay. So Kalargian KID. Explain to me that name. How did we come up with that name?
Well, Kalargian is more than just a name. We should say we call it a representation. So it's more of like a brand / representation. Kalargian is an acronym, so every letter does stand for a word. K is for kind. So it's kind, aware, learning, inspiring, rational, growing, intelligent, awesome, and noble. And the reason why it's an acronym is because when you come up with something that someone never heard of, you obviously have to have a meaning behind it. What does Kalargian mean? And to us, Kalargian means something better, something that's setting a course for a brighter future. And being able to implement all those things and implement that in the everyday life, whether it's for an adult or a kid, we feel like we are implementing that motto or following what we believe in. So those are all the beliefs that we follow, and we feel like anyone should follow, and kids should learn in an early sense of life. Being kind is important, being aware is important, being all those things is really important. And if you're representing Kalargian, then you kind of know what's important behind that.
Right.
You know why you're wearing Kalargian, you know why you're going to the Kalargian KID store. So that's why we brought a meaning so deep behind the actual.
Very cool. Very cool. That is an excellent. Yeah, that's really good explanation. And a long acronym too.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing.
Typically, it's like FBI, CIA.
Yeah, it's kind of scary because it is kids and it is something that's long. But when when a kid loves it, kids come back the next time and they already can say Kalargian.
Right.
So, it's even better that their mind is being challenged to learn something so long and so big, even if they feel like, hey, I'm only a kind kid, and that's okay. I'm only a learning kid, that's okay. You can be whatever part of Kalargian you choose to become a whole, because we're trying to inspire multiple kids, all kids, inspire the world. That's our motto, to make kids feel like they're part of something, whether you're just one or you're all nine.
Right. And you're located inside the Fox Valley Mall.
Yes.
Where at specifically?
We are located in a pretty secluded area. It's behind the Treehouse Tower, so it's door 1 by the old JCPenney.
Okay.
So it's not really even by a door. I would say the best door to go through would be 1, and then go past the Macy's and to the old JCPenney area. But the middle of the Center Park, it has a big Treehouse Tower, so we're right behind there, across from like Pink and everything.
Okay. What's Pink? A store?
Yeah, like the Victoria's Secret Pink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
Yeah.
Like with the shirts, because it be saying pink.
Yeah.
It be saying pink, but the gear is like brown and all that.
Yeah.
I be saying, okay, yeah, they got the pink on the legs and all that. Well, shout out to Kalargian KID.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, well, hopefully at the end of this episode, everybody will know where you're at. We'll put a homing
hope
beacon
so.
and a tracking device
I
on your
hope
store.
so.
It'll be just as well known as Good Morning Aurora, 5 East Downer Place, Sweet Tea. Word up. Okay, if you are just tuning into the show, we have Kalargian KID with us, or excuse me, Karley Johnson with us of Kalargian KID. But we have some things to talk about, and I'm going to get into it now because it is quite important. There is an Aurora drive collecting diapers and feminine hygiene products for those in need taking place. To support local families, State Representative Barbara Hernandez is teaming up with the Aurora Area Interfaith Food Pantry for their Women's Empowerment Pantry, and that's going on through the 10th of this month. Accessibility issues for hygiene products has had negative consequences for low-income families. There are countless complex issues facing families today, but being able to afford necessary supplies for your own health or your child's health should not be one of them. Close quote. Rep. Hernandez and the food pantry are asking for donations of or unopened packages of diapers in all sizes, baby wipes, baby food, formula, diaper bags, pads, and panty liners. For contactless option, individuals can donate via an online Amazon registry by going to bit.ly/women's pantry. Items can also be dropped off at one of 3 locations: Rep. Hernandez's office, 540 West Galena, Treadwell Coffee, 14 West Downer Place, and Indiro Coffee, 29 West New York Street. Shouts out. For more information, you can call 630-270-1848. That number again is 630-270-1848. Some of y'all know that at one point in time, if you called that number, guess who would answer? Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. But that was way before. Okay, last but not least, the Yorkville Sons of the American Legion will hold their monthly breakfast fundraiser from 7:30 to 10:30 a.m. Sunday, December 12th at the Yorkville American Legion, 9054 East Veterans Parkway. Pancakes, biscuits and gravy, scrambled eggs. I can't even read this, y'all. I'm hungry. Is anybody else hungry? Y'all hungry?
Yeah.
We all hungry. Somebody needs to sponsor breakfast with Good Morning Aurora. That's what they need to do. Hit up Monica and be like, yo, we got some pancakes for y'all. Potatoes, bacon, sausage, omelets, tomato juice, orange juice, milk, and coffee. The cost is $9 for adults, $8 for those 55 and older, $7 for those 13 to 20 years old, and $4 for those 6 to 12. Damn, they charging the kids. Kids can't even get in there for free. I'm only 4 years old. That's $4, bruh. All right. The time is 8:11 a.m. So, take me to the day Kalargian KID started.
Okay.
What was I want the morning that it didn't exist, and then the morning that it did.
Okay.
Por favor.
So our store location, the first day that we opened, was magical. Obviously grand opening. There's a bunch of people there. They want to know what's going on. You have a lot of supporters there. You have family there. So it was amazing. The feedback. the positivity from the mall, from everybody that's seeing what we have to bring. The biggest thing was something so unique coming into the community, into the mall, and it being bigger than just a store.
Right.
It being something more to help out with the community and to reach community children. So it was amazing. I couldn't want anything more. I couldn't have asked for anything more. The location didn't matter. Who was around me didn't matter. Who worked there didn't matter. Nothing mattered but opening the store and being there and letting people see what we had to offer.
Yep, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
when you get your thing off the ground, it doesn't matter if it.
Nope.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You don't think about anything else or what you're going to go
We
into.
got to grow that sometimes.
Yes.
That's how that is. Yeah. We had humble beginnings as well, but I do think, to your point, kind of just to piggyback off it a little bit, I do think that, like, even if you start out with something that's not perfect or the location is not in the front, we're behind the tree. Even if you believe in yourself, it'll propel you anyway. It'll make behind that tree just light up. Like, something's behind that tree. Can't tell what it is, but I can feel it.
Yep.
Now, as you're doing this, it was always kids in mind, and it's only for young kids, or was fashion and retail and clothing just the?
So originally, Kalargian was for everyone.
Okay.
It was me working at home, being a designer, making Kalargian clothing. So you can ask me for a custom shirt because I made customs from home. So I would make shirts with zippers on it, or jackets with different names on it, or I started with doing mask for Aurora, and that's what kind of really brought all the Aurora people towards me. When the pandemic first happened, I did a donation for like Rush and ambulance and different programs, and that brought a lot of attention for helping out right up, being active in the pandemic. So that was awesome for us. Just being able to get out to the community and let people know that we were there to help. We did have the masks going on. If you couldn't find them anywhere, you can find them with us. If you couldn't afford them, we can work something out. If you knew somebody in need, send us a message, and we were just doing that from home. So we actually, I actually ended up being on the front of the newspaper for that. So that was awesome. Just to be
Saw that.
Yeah, thank you. So that's what I would say originally started us transitioning to really want to do something that would impact, just not being a designer and making Kalargian clothes. Like, there's a bigger purpose to Kalargian. Again, that's something that I feel like I am. Anybody can be, anybody can be kind and should be, and all those things. But I do have a child that's disabled, and moving here 7 years ago, he had a lot of challenges in school. So along reminding myself that I am Kalargian is something I had to remind him. You are Kalargian. You are kind. You are all these things that you think you're not, because you're not the same as everybody else at school, or people make you feel like you're an outcast, or there's something different about you. And that's what made me realize that it was bigger to go with kids.
Right.
Because there's a lot of kids that doesn't have this reassurance, that they don't teach in school. Nobody teaches them at all. And me having a child that went through so much, and me having to reassure them about all these things, and he overcame it 1,000 times. Even his specialists, everybody from school, they're like, he's not even the same child anymore.
Right.
And this is what he knows. That's why when I say it's a long word, it's a long acronym, and it can be hard for kids to learn, but when they know what it is and they feel it, it rolls off their tongue just like an adult,
Right.
Because my kids, I have 3, and they love it. They love the concept of it. They love what it means. And every kid that comes in the store does as well, even if they don't grasp it right away that, oh, this is Kalargian. They see what's going on around. They can feel the careness with it. And that's the scary part about it too, because when I'm not there, I'm like, are they acting like they care? Are they making sure the kids know they care? And it freaks me out. So, but yeah, that, it started as me making Kalargian for everyone, me trying to inspire the world, that everybody should be Kalargian. And it's like, okay, let's inspire the kids to build a course, maybe to set a brighter future. If we implement it while they're young, they'll grow up already believing this. And going back to the first day we opened, or having different milestones that we hit. When we were on the news, the newscaster that was recording me, he actually, when he cut his camera off, he couldn't believe the concept of the store. And, he just reminded himself, like, I'm 50 years old, and I remember being a Boy Scout, and they taught us something like this, and I still go by it to this day, so you're doing the right thing, being able to teach these kids something outside of them having to be in a program or something like that. That's our story.
I could let you just talk forever.
I know.
Thank you very much. Monica put the link for the women's pantry in the chat. Thank you very much, Monica. Put that in there. Now, Vanessa Rodriguez Aguirre is here, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you, Vanessa. And she says that her son is recently potty trained, happy to donate leftover diapers. Thank you very, very much. Casildo, good morning to see you. Buenos dias, Aurora. Stay warm and check on your elderly family and neighbors. Keep your pets inside in this really cold weather. Amen to that. Anna Sierra, Anna's Custom Treats, Sally Bice, Cruz Ocho. I mean, we're going to clap for y'all. We just going to do that. Yes, let's do that. Yes, love these people. All right, so the time is now 8:18 a.m. Monica, if you would be so kind, take us to a commercial and let us know what's happening on a local
Good morning and happy Tuesday. Here are your local headlines. Don't forget to please subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all of our content. There you can also watch all of our interviews and receive notifications when we go live. And I'll be sharing our YouTube link in our chat. Saturday, December 11th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. you can find Santa and Pizza at the same time in Aurora. There will be a great fundraiser for Judge Bianca Camargo at Mike and Denise's Pizzeria, located at 1760 North Farnsworth Avenue. The price is $15 for adults and $8 for children, and that price includes pizza and soft drinks. Support our officials in a great Aurora restaurant on Saturday, December 11th. Tomorrow, December 8th, at Blackberry Farms, there will be a My Time Holiday Express, an evening of jolly holiday fun. This will be held from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Blackberry Farms is located at 100 South Barnes Road in Aurora. Holiday train rides, a visit with Santa, holiday crafts, and a Polar Express readings. Awesome. You won't want to miss this. This is brought to us by the Aurora Public Library, Fox Valley Park District, and many other great sponsors. There is a helpful and fun family event coming up for the month of December, working with great sponsors and community partners. The Neighbor Project and Aurora FEC, the Financial Empowerment Center, will provide information and more resources for free at this event. The date is December 11th, and the event will be from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. I think it's 11 a.m., right? 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.?
But I actually believe it's noon to 4. I think it's noon to 4 with Santa Claus coming.
Okay.
Apologize for any typos for our listeners. Noon to.
Okay, so the event will be from noon to 4 p.m. and then Santa will be there from 1 to 4 p.m. Cool beans. So Santa will also be on hand for cool holiday photos. Health resources will be provided by our friends of the VNA Healthcare as well. Please help spread the word and come out to this great event. There will be food, a DJ, and many great vendors.
Very much, Monica. The only news show in the world where we make sure it's right live on air for y'all. We just check ourselves, is it going to be okay? Well, I don't really know, but let's do that. Let's do all of that. All right, the time is now 8:21 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We are here with Karley Johnson of Kalargian KID. Okay, so Vanessa says that she will come check y'all out. Can't wait to visit, and you have a great mission. Greenwood Jade, good morning. Josie Mendoza Geller and Maria Chirito. Now, do you have a favorite outfit or set? Is there a go-to that you point people to when they come in if they're just browsing? Do you tell them check out this?
So I like to ask everyone when they come in, were they looking for something specific, obviously, after inviting them in. And if they're not, I always like to push them more towards our customs, obviously, because, like I said, I designed everything starting off at first, but now that when you have a storefront, you kind of have to get vendors now to make certain things for you or produce certain things. So I do like to push the uniqueness of what we have. And I would say probably about 30% of our store is customs now, and then the other half is vendor. So I do let all my customers know that we do have vendors. They do come from different places. So if you're looking for something more unique, hey, we have handmade custom masks. We have these jackets that were handmade, these skirts, certain things like that. And then we were originally like an event / shop and play store. We are still the shop and play store. We do still have the events, but like to let people know about exciting things like light up skirts and different things like that. Something they can take or they can get for a special day.
Okay. Interesting. Events.
Yes.
Oh, damn. That was
The
crazy.
film was exciting.
Did y'all see? Oh my goodness. So what have you had any notable events, any special ones that have gone down?
We've had birthday parties, we have a special room in the back of our store called the Glow Room. So along with the kids knowing that it's a positive store, that they're coming to push for positivity, that they're shopping for positivity. It's also a place where when you're so happy about it, you can tell your friends about it. And you can invite your friends there with you. You can bring your cousins, your family, whatever you want. So we have a little room in the back called the Glow Room that you paint in. It's completely blacklit, so they're kind of painting a dark setting. We implement that for like a soothing technique as well. Like I said, I do have a disabled son. I would say he's not, you wouldn't be able to tell anything's different about him from a normal child. But any kid, disabled or not, they need that comfortability, being able to feel like, whether it's a cognitive thing and you're learning or you're just feeling calm enough to be back there and be, it being soothing. So we have parents that come back there with their kids. We have grandparents that come back there. We have 6 or 7 siblings. We've had parties back there. So we kind of call it an event because, you're scheduling to come out and do that with your friends or whoever you're bringing with you. So it is an event store as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. What are your hours of operation?
We go off the mall hours, so
that's
it's
correct.
challenging.
Yeah,
It
sure.
can change all the time. That's one of the most challenging things with our store. Having to go with the mall. Right now, it's 11 to 8 during the weekday and 10 to 9 on the weekend. On Saturday and 12 to 6 on Sunday. So our hours are always posted online and they are on Google as well, but they vary throughout the week.
Okay. We're friends on Instagram.
Yay!
Yes.
We
If you
are.
have Instagram, please look up Kalargian KID
Yes.
on Instagram. Great page and quite colorful.
Thank you.
Very. It's aesthetically pleasing.
Thank you. Everybody that walks in, they're like, I don't even have kids, but the store's so inviting.
It-
I don't know why I'm
yeah.
here, but
Yeah.
can I sign my name or can I do something? And it's always exciting just to have people that doesn't even have kids be still interested in it. If you make your way to that corner, I'm pretty sure you're coming in once you see the store.
Right. What was your first job?
My first job ever, Burger King.
Okay. Long way from there.
Yep,
I have
sure.
and which leads me to my next, and this is something that I'd like to, I like to gather this from entrepreneurs. Did you want to be a business owner as a young person, or were you more in the mindset of a great career, which would do things for me and all that?
Well, I started working at 15 at Burger King off a permit. I found myself going to night school because I ended up taking kind of like over my boss's job by the time I was 16. So I always felt like I would always be a boss or a manager or whatever the case would be within that line. I did take fashion classes growing up, so I always knew that I wanted to be a designer as well. I just didn't know which way. Do I want to be a boss while I have a staff and I'm, telling people what to do. Not so much, I want to really make an impact.
Right.
So that's where the conflict come from. Having a store and having to be a boss, but then actually trying to make an impact as well. Now I'm doing both when sometimes that wasn't the plan,
Sure. Right.
And I've been a manager probably not one place I've worked. So at every place I've worked, I've been a manager or a supervisor. So it
just meant to happen.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I just feel like I work good with people as well. So I always want to be involved with people. Being a designer, it's more so behind the scenes. So I'm not opposed to not being around people or being a boss or being a manager or anything.
Okay.
Or an entrepreneur.
Very cool. So I have something to tell you guys about. And this moniker, it does qualify as that thing we call like CNN, but the music is better, Y'all know that. All right, Stope Island Social, the Amy Morton-owned restaurant in downtown Aurora will open in time for dinner this Friday. The December 10th reopening comes after several aborted attempts at getting things going again, brought about largely because of difficulty in hiring a full staff. Our friends at the Beacon have just broken this. The restaurant at the corner of Stope and Galena has been closed for more than 18 months due to the coronavirus pandemic. At one time, Amy Morton, the owner, was ready to open the restaurant earlier this year. At the same time, the Paramount Theater next door reopened. Then the Delta variant of COVID-19 hit. She said at a city council meeting, she intended to open in late November, but was having trouble getting a full staff. The restaurant has no outdoor seating, and hiring has been difficult. She's been trying to hire, doing hiring in person for 3 days of each week at the restaurant. She said the restaurant now has a local management team in place and that she needs at least 13 people to start training and get open. She praised the talent pool in Aurora, calling it passionated and committed. Morton is also paying about 30% more for cooks, up into more than $20 an hour. She's paid 100% in preventative. We sip it up when we mess up here. We sip up. Sip it up. Even the new people are sipping up at home. They're like, oh, he messed up. Let's take a sip, everybody. Kids, take a sip. Mom, I don't want to keep sipping. Sip your milk. Right. All right. She has 100% paid preventative insurance, a $100 transportation allowance, and offers sensitivity and diversity training. Shouts out. Go there on Friday and tell them that you heard about it here on Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It is 8:30 a.m. All right. Now, who has been or who have you had the pleasure of having as mentors along the way in this journey?
Throughout my journey, I wouldn't say I've had any direct mentors. I've always seen other women do different things or be successful or somebody on TV, nobody directly in my face, and that's what made me want to push so much harder, so much more than anybody I've had directly around me, just because I really didn't have anyone to look up to or anyone to say, I want to be just like them or I want to, go on their route or I want them to teach me things. Of course, my mom is someone I always look up to, but that's a traditional kind of thing. You're always going to look up to your mom or want to be like your mom or want to be as nice as her or as outgoing. But as far as in a business aspect, I would say no one besides other women I've worked under.
Sure.
Or for instance, for the past 5 years, maybe I do have this woman, her name is Wendy. She owns a daycare out here in North Aurora. She's been a very good mentor to me, walking me through certain things, pushing me forward, and letting me know, business is business. It doesn't happen this way, it doesn't happen that way. I feel like if I didn't have at least that as in a mentor and other business people around me, a lot of business people try to help out and give you different aspects and different ways you can do things. But a direct mentor, Nobody but Wendy.
Sometimes when you're doing your own thing and doing something new, there is no who's gonna tell you?
Nobody has ever done what I'm trying to do. Nobody
Right.
has ever opened a shop and play kid store. So it's like they can only tell me so much, and that's what I get the response from everybody, It's a great idea, Kalargian, it's a great concept, and to do it,
Right.
There's no guidance toward it or no guidance through it,
Yeah, I had like two good professional mentors, but I was doing something new.
Exactly.
So like the thing that I learned was that the people who had like backgrounds in the journalism and all, their degree is from like 2000 and whatever,
yes.
so.
And they're gonna tiptoe around these new things that you're trying to do all the time because
we
it's
used
scary.
to do it this way.
Yeah,
This is how we used to do it 20 years. So that's the thing about it is, and I guess that in the context of mentors, like we're talking right now, is it's less about if there was that one direct person. It's more about what you learned,
Yes.
and if you retained it, and if you're still
Yes.
that kind of thing.
Yes, and that's absolutely more so of my situation. Just retaining everything from everybody and coming up with my own concept or walking myself through it on my own. I can't really say anybody has directly guided me through this process or gave me a push or pat on my back or it's okay, besides my husband. That's my best mentor. That's my backbone through this whole thing, because nobody else really understands it. It's something completely new. I'm not franchising something else, being an entrepreneur. It's something completely different.
Yeah.
You're coming up with something, you got
creating something new.
acronyms,
Yeah.
and you're doing this store that never been heard of, so it's scary. When people come in and they look around and they see it and they're like, oh, this is new, this is awesome, and so it's so inviting. But then you get some people that just say, what is this place? And it's scary. Like, I don't know. Does it not,
what the hell
does
you mean?
it not
Yeah.
seem like what it is?
Right.
Like,
You can see it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's hard, for sure.
A guy asked me that. So Coco Crawl, we're hanging out, and this guy was like, "I seen the show. What's it about?" If you've seen it, what I got?
Yeah, right.
I got to tell you what it's about.
It's like, what are you trying to get from me?
Yeah, like what do you mean? And interestingly enough, here's what befuddled me. The word of the day is befuddled. Yes, it is. Here's what befuddled me was that he watched we interviewed Rachel Ventura, who is running for she's running for Congress, and I believe the 43rd district, whatever it is. Anyway, he watched that interview from front to back, and then asked, "What's the show about?" And I was like, if you couldn't pick it up.
Yeah, she probably talked about all kind of topics. So.
But congratulations on doing your own thing
you.
and having the courage to continue doing that.
Thank you.
So let's see here. Big Sip, thank you, Dan. Aisha Saxon says, we had the pleasure of meeting you when you made her twins face masks. Looking forward to checking out your store soon. Word up. Okay, y'all going to okay, check that out. And Cruz Ocho, good morning. Good morning to you. And Vanessa Rodriguez says, oftentimes you have to find your own way. Props to you for doing it and making it.
Thank you.
Word up. Yeah. Michelle Gums, own that amazingness. Love it. Good morning to you, Michelle. All right. So when it comes to the gear, I kind of want to talk about the process with that and everything, because you're creating the clothing.
About 25 to 30% of it now, yes.
Okay.
Most of it now I have to get from a vendor. Which is challenging, because when you envision Kalargian, it's everything you want it to be, not what somebody has to offer.
Ooh.
And
say it again.
That's one of my biggest challenges.
I said green, not teal.
With having a store and being a designer at the same time, nothing that I can get from a vendor is satisfying.
Right.
So every time I get it, it's something that could have been better. It's something wrong. It's something that I would have done instead. So a lot of times over this process, it's made you want to either, on top of sales not being as good as they should be because of location and everything, it's like, should I retreat back to customizing, because the original thing was getting this name out here, getting this brand out here, letting kids know what it is and trying to inspire kids around the world.
Right.
If I don't have the clothing, because for instance, I would make I have a special line in the store. It's called Look Cool in School. All that is customized. So a Look Cool in School outfit or shirt would be strictly based off school. It would have like, hearts, but it might have a pencil on it or back to school patch or something like that. That is more of the clothing we want to get around to the kids because it has a message behind it versus something we can order from a vendor that doesn't even have our name on it.
Right.
And that's not what we're trying to do. So it is challenging as far as the clothing department because we want to put our hands on everything. We want everything to be custom made or made by the Kalargian company, and that's not so much when you're trying to, supply a store.
Of course, right. So a degree of compromise is certainly necessary.
Yes, for sure.
Yolanda Dunn, it's fit time. Good morning to you as well. Yolanda Dunn can get you squared away in health, and she can get your deltoids. Y'all thought I was going to just mess that up. No, I did not. She can get your deltoids chiseled and all of that good stuff. So shouts out to It's Fit Time. Josie Mendoza, hello again. Here's the thing, and I want to pick up what you just talked about, especially with, you have a vision and it has to match what you want to put forward. It's a balancing act in a way because you want to work with people. You want them to add their garnish, but you have to make sure that it's going to fit. Oh, wait, hold on. The time is now 8:39 a.m. This is the part of the story where Monica goes to... Oh, wait, Uzuki's getting neutered today. Yeah, so it's not school today. We are getting a cat neutered. But, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you to Monica and have a fantastic day. Morning, beautiful peeps. Thank you very much, Yolanda Dunn. We appreciate you as well. All right. Now they're like, oh, man. This is when, now Curtis is running the stream. Oh, shit. Numbers done went away. Everybody fell out like,
I can't help
I'm going to work now. Have a good day, Monica.
Bye. Bye.
Yep. All right. So now, just to pick up where I was at, trying to control the message and everything, trying to make sure that what we represent is correct. It doesn't seem like you've had any trouble doing that. It does not. I mean, just I've it's our first time meeting, and I'm basing it only off social media and looking. But I have seen no stop.
Thank you.
You are.
Thank you, and. I don't know. Of course, social media shows only the good sides of everything. It is a challenge being behind the scenes and having 100 different options, but only really wanting two, or really knowing that only two can fit in what you're trying to do.
Right.
You can have 10 customers walk in and you don't have something traditional or what they're looking for, and then you're missing sales. So it is harder, It looks nice online, and it is nice.
Yeah,
it
of course.
It goes great, but it could be better.
Of course.
If we had that extra push or those, I have 1,000 different designs that I envision having in the store, but when you don't have the financials for it, you do what you can until you can get to that point and have all those different envisions in your store.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts. That's like the story of Good Morning Aurora. I didn't know how much cameras costed.
Nope.
Until I had to get one.
Yep.
It was like $800.
Yep. It was easy to afford it
God.
at first, but then when you're starting to go, so I was like, okay, we got custom hats, we got custom jogging suits, but everything else is from somebody. So and it's been going great. We pick our best fashions, even if they're from a vendor or from an outside person bringing it in. We pick carefully through what we want our children to represent in our store, for sure.
Right. Now, I asked you about your favorite pieces and everything like that. But I haven't met too many people who actually were making this, because you're hands on, and that's how you started with it.
Yes.
So, like, I'm gonna go back there again. Where were you doing it?
I was doing it from home. I've been doing it from home since 2017. So just hand making things from home, whether it's skirts, jackets, all kind of things like that. I really didn't break into something different until the pandemic when the mask thing came. So it was all about just making stuff from scratch at home, whether I was ordering fabric or buying 100 pair of jeans and ripping them up, coming up with one piece together. So
you would buy jeans, tear them up, and then put them back together?
Yeah. Oh. Or, even I was a manager in other different places. Again, I was a manager at North Central College before. I think I've probably ripped up about 100 jeans for kids at that college. Just different stuff, just being really unique with the brand is what we were doing at first. And it was all done from home. What
kind of brands have you liked, or have you sported, and what did you ever have like favorite brands? Like always.
I can't even say I've ever had a favorite brand. Growing up, I don't know. I mean, I wore every normal thing any other kid would wear, Air Force Ones, different things like that. But I would say Nike would probably be a normal brand. I really branched off into more of like the Ralph Laurens, the Tommy Hilfiger, the Diesels, and that's where I see myself at, the Kalargian KID brand or the Karley Kalargian brand, somewhere within that, not your everyday brand, something that's unique, that stands out.
Look, let me tell you something. Keep it up. I showed you that camera over there. The audience can't see this camera that we got. If we got to shoot a video, I will rep Kalargian.
Thank you.
Put a little music to it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So here's the thing. We're at a new stage now with business. We are, whether the outside world, our listeners understand that, but like whether the outside world knows it or not, we're at a brand new stage where the traditional and the old stuff, it may be classic, but the time is ripe and the iron is hot for new people to make new things and get those things going and off the ground. Okay. So I think that, and just kind of just put it out there, like if you keep going the way you're going, you might just have that next line.
Thank you.
It might be the next Karl Kani.
Thank you. Hey.
That's old school though. It could really be that.
Thank you. And that's what, that's the hardest decision. It's like, do you want to go completely designer or do you want to go storefront? I know I wanted to be a brand, that's it, that's all. It's really hard when you have a store because you see multiplying, you have to have many to reach people. Most one stores don't last for very long unless you franchise or you build and have more stores. So that's the scariest part of having a brand and then having a store. Can we move as fast as we need to move to actually not be in one place for 5 years, and not really be moving along how we expect? Because in a home, when you don't have so much overhead or different things, you can do something different every day, but it's also harder to get it out to the public when you're at home. Right. So there's a transition or a challenge with them both, Right. But I do believe the same thing. I believe that a shop and play store would be the next big thing for kids around the world, being able to not have to walk that straight line anymore when you go in a store, actually having some excitement within the shopping when you're going out with your parents. I mean, what kid ever wants to go shopping or,
right. Oh,
they don't want a million things that you don't want to buy. But when you can take them somewhere where they can actually play around and get their jitters out, then you can just get what you need and go, and they can have fun in the midst of it.
Nice. Doing something new.
Thank you.
All right, my dear friends and listeners, I have more news that I'm going to deliver. Oh, my goodness, this is difficult now. I done had an intern for so long. This is difficult. I don't know what I'm doing. Right. I don't know what the heck is going on. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Okay, listen, guys, I have two important stories that I'm going to highlight in detail to you very, very quickly and shortly. The time is now 8:47 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast, and we are here with Karley Johnson, proprietor, not the word of the day, but she's the proprietor of Kalargian KID, located in the Fox Valley Mall. Okay. The Kane County Health Department is urging residents to get booster and COVID-19 vaccines in the wake of the new Omicron variant. This article debuted just last week. Its information is relevant. Kane County health officials are urging residents to update their vaccination status with the booster shot or their first doses if they are not still vaccinated. A new variant of the COVID-19 virus, the Omicron, has been detected in a growing number of countries, including the U.S., and made its landfall here in California, and that was just on Friday of last week, and here we are at Tuesday. Studies are underway to determine if current vaccines are effective against the Omicron variant. Kane County is urging residents to receive their booster shot if they're eligible and to wear a mask indoors. Kane County's Batavia Vax Hub is at 501 North Randall Road, and it's open from 1 to 5 p.m. Wednesdays and 9 a.m. to noon on Saturdays. People are encouraged to make an appointment online for a COVID-19 vaccination at www.canevax.org. The U.S. CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, recommend boosters for people over 18 years old who received the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine at least 2 months ago, and for people who received a Pfizer or Moderna vaccine at least 6 months ago. Appointments for children 5 to 11 years old to receive the COVID-19 vaccine must be made online at the Kane Vax Hub website. People should talk to their healthcare provider about their medical condition and whether getting an adult... I know what button that is. An additional dose is appropriate for them. Let's sip it up. I just messed up. Monica, what the hell? All right. I'll get to the camera thing a little bit later. All right. Have an amazing day, Monica. Michelle, have a good day. Good luck with the kitty. Befuddled is the word of the day. All right, we are back. So, the time is, it's 8:49. Time is moving very fast on us. What's next? First of all, what's next for the store? And then what's next for Karley?
So right now, with the store, again, we're just looking to continue to build. We always say we're going and growing. So we're going to keep going and keep growing until we can't anymore.
That's right. Like y'all too big. Damn.
Yeah. The location that we are at now, it is challenges there, but we're trying to stick them out as long as we can, as best as we can. We are looking to possibly relocate somewhere within the community, just so we're out there a little bit more and people know that exact spot that they can come to or they can bring their kids to, and it never goes away. Right. Versus, I feel like we can still make that happen in the mall. Just trying to figure out right now which transition would be better, which route would be better. You always get to that point in business where you start making the bigger decisions. And I think that's the point we're at now. But right now we're going to, keep going and growing. Like I say, we have events scheduled. We have plans for different things. Today we actually have a story night tonight. It's at 6 o'clock from 6 to 7:30. We invite children from ages 0 to 5, and you can bring siblings to come out for our story night. We'll have Ngoy, the traveling storyteller there, just giving some holiday cheer, bringing the kids out. It's completely free. We try to do free events a lot in the store for kids. It's more so harder to push them. But again, we are planning on doing that today, the 21st. We're planning on doing a giveaway again to Rush Hospital, maybe to like their children's department. Something that I've noticed with having a disabled child and being in the hospital for the holidays, there is a lot of other kids there that deserve gifts or need gifts, or it makes them feel special. I've had kids there, and I've been there through the holidays, and when you get stuff, it just feels so good. So we are planning to do giveaways for the hospitals.
Okay.
Of course, Rush is the one our go-to, but
You're
anybody
closest to it, right? Yeah,
yep.
that's right. Yeah.
So anybody that has any suggestions or any kids that they know that's in need, we do have subscription boxes in our store.
Okay.
And we are giving those away. We're trying to do at least 100 for the holiday season. Don't know how many we'll actually get to, but just doing different giveaways for kids is something that we're always trying to be into, doing different events, having kids come out. So we do have a lot of plans for the 2022 year. But right now, for the month of December, we are just going and growing and planning, as we go.
Okay. All right. So I want to, I think for our kind of on our last thing, because I do have a small diatribe that I owe these people. Have you, where you are, I know we're going and growing, but have you ever thought to yourself, like, where I'm at, I didn't think I'd be here?
Yep. I try to tell myself that all the time when I feel like certain things aren't working, or I think something's not working, or I think I'm not where I should be. I think about 9 months ago when I was somewhere and I imagined being here. And then now I'm here 9 months from there and I'm imagining being somewhere else. I feel like as much as we keep pushing, we're going to get there, no matter if it's the corner, no matter if it's the basement, no matter where we're at. If we keep pushing and try different things, we will get to where we're trying to go. But yes, I think about where I was 9 months ago, 9 years ago, and I came a very long way. And at some point, when you get to a certain point of doing things, the only way to go up. So that's how I think about it all the time.
You've been in this town 7 years.
Yes.
And you're at the mall.
Yeah, I've said that I've been here 7 years. I've been doing this for about 3 that people know of.
Yeah.
I've been in the mall 9 months, and my location might not be the best. I may not be making the best finances, but I've been on the front page of the newspaper. I've been in the news. I've had the mayor out. Like, I couldn't ask for more.
I saw you.
I couldn't ask for more besides more people to know about the company.
Right.
I've been blessed.
I'm going to give you you will have the last word of the day. It's 8:54. I'm going to take a brief moment because I need to detail something that happened recently. As you guys may know or be aware, we had Noticias y Mimosas on Sunday, and right before the show started, it was breaking news that United States Senator Bob Dole passed away. One of the things that's not well known about Bob Dole was that he joined the United States Army during World War II. He saw action in Italy, and he was wounded so bad by shrapnel, severing his spine, severing his arm, and dislocating his shoulder, that he was left for dead. That's the condition that he was in after trying to save someone else. He stayed there and bled, losing consciousness. He was rescued, and he passed away at 98 years old. To be left for dead, but to survive and to be 98 years old is an accomplishment and a blessing. Not only that, he was wounded so bad that during his life, he couldn't close his right hand to write with. And at George Bush's funeral, couldn't stand. His aides had to help him stand, and not saluting with his right, which is required, he saluted with his left. He did what he could to show a very important word, which is not the word of the day, but it is called integrity. If you have something that you believe in, if you have something that you want to accomplish, if you have something that means more to you than the selfish persuasions which attack us all. I should do it for me. Maybe I shouldn't do it for them. If you have something that means more to you than yourself, that, ladies and gentlemen, is integrity. So with that, Bob Dole, rest in peace. Now, the time is 8:57 a.m. The show ends on a positive note. What is your message today to the people of our great city, Aurora?
The message that I would give to the city of Aurora, the people, the children, as a community is something I would give myself as well. You know, keep going, stay positive, be kind to everyone. You might be the first person somebody sees today. Kindness matters. And that's really all I have, you know. And shop Kalargian, as always, you know. Bring your kids to the Kalargian Kid store. You won't regret it.
That's right. And kindness does matter.
Yes.
Kindness does matter.
Yes, it goes a long way.
Well, I got to do this. Okay, there it is. Yeah. See, we can run the camera. See, I can do it. I can do it. Just got to get used to it again. Well, we hope that you guys enjoyed today's show. We really appreciate Karley for coming on the show.
Thank you for
and
having
talking
me.
to us. Yep. You guys, please support Kalargian KID. Shop local, support local, and remember to be kind. That is an excellent word of the day. Take care of yourself and each other. Watch me hit the buttons. Huh?